It's all about the stream and how you play it. All right. Damn, you're leaving me already? I'm not Amish. I can handle it. Okay. All right. Are you gonna tune in, young man? Are you still there? Hello. Hello. Gabe, you there? I was thinking if you were still here. Well, starting a new experience for me. Well, tough. I've already chosen the Mariners. I've at least chosen a team that has never won a World Series. I'm not choosing a different team. You, you? So I thought. Hey, guess who I still have on my roster? Mike Bauman. Now, he might. All I need is some matches. So this is a Mariners franchise with a twist. We are not playing in T-Mobile Park. You really haven't been paying attention to this whole conversation I just had with Frog, did you? I said AstroTurf. We are going old school with the Mariners. We are playing in their old ballpark, the Kingdome.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Seattle Mariners. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Seattle Mariners find themselves as underdogs as the curtain rises on the season. Singy, what do you say in the clubhouse when a lot of folks are writing you off before the first pitch is even thrown?
You say forget all that, Boog. Block out the noise because the season is decided on the field, okay? So there's still talent on this roster, and if one or two players have big years, they could be right in the thick of the race.
That's a good point, Chris. Seems like every year we see at least one team unexpectedly make a run.
I want it to be a
Maybe this
team that
season
has
they could
never
do
won a
that
World
too.
Series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
And with my brother spending 4 of his 6 years in the Navy in Seattle, the Mariners sort of became a
Now ready to
second
roll. And today's starter, Luis Castillo. Singy, he's a guy that
home team
racks
of
up a
sorts.
lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA, and guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub twos, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even
We are
improve.
playing
But I tell you
the
what,
first
this
game
guy's pitching for
tonight
me, and
against
I'm
the
playing in the outfield.
Boston
I'm gonna
Red
rip it up.
Sox.
The pitch. Jarren Duran leading things off and takes the strike. Ground ball left side.
And this
Sneaks
batter's
forward.
eye is going to take
He's
some
in.
getting used to.
And aboard on the leadoff single.
Just a
Or, I
simple
mean, this,
ground ball
not
the other
batter's eye,
way.
this
He had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's
broadcast
all you
camera is
need
going
to
to
do
take some
is
getting
just let
used
the
to.
ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Duran gets his lead at first with nobody out. Castillo will look to first.
Picked him off.
Slides back in, but they got him.
So much for their first hit right there. Good move, and he had him leaning all the way.
One down, base is empty.
Jarren Duran.
That's the third. Makes the sliding stop. Gathers and throws. Nicely done for the out. Check out the Red Sox lineup. The
Now,
key to
should
be
I be
great for
really
them here,
cheesy and
get the
trade
starters
Julio
runs
Rodriguez
early.
to the
They
Orioles
can
for
get him that run
Gunnar
signal
Henderson?
early. It's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he
That
can
is,
be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away. Jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
Now it's
I
a
bet
guy's
you
to
I
go.
will propose
Two
it
outs, base is
after this.
empty.
I'm not going to actually do it, but I'll see if the feedback says that they would, either team would do it. Whether you want to hear this or not,
And they'll do it again.
I'm not saying the real life Orioles would do that trade, but Julio Rodriguez is
Pitch.
at least a name that the Orioles that I think
And a foul ball. He stays
would
alive.
make Elias think about it.
2 outs.
What did I say to you?
Fights that one away.
I'm
The
not
count
saying
remains
they would do it.
0-2.
I'm just saying,
Left-hand batter waits. Stays alive. 2 down,
no,
1 on.
I'm saying if the
This got the
Mariners
stop
called the
to
Orioles
contain.
or vice versa and said, I will give you Julio Rodriguez for Gunnar Henderson.
Down to
Again,
6. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
I'm not saying the Orioles would do it.
Got no
I'm
strikes.
saying Julio Rodriguez is a guy that it would at least make Mike Elias think.
And we're back. Starting on the mound in this one, Tanner Houck.
You don't agree?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff
Well,
seems
you
to line up
personally
the
wouldn't
same
give up
slot the same
Gunnar
way.
Henderson for
I think he
Otani
can be very
and
good
Julio
in those
Rodriguez
moments.
combined.
On the ground, Devers. One gone, bottom half of the first. Now Scott Service lined up for the Seattle Mariners. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to
Again,
think
what
when
did I
to be
say to you?
thrown in,
I'm
and
not saying
sometimes
the
it works
Orioles
the
would
other
do it.
way.
I'm just
When you
saying
seem to see a
Julio
team like this,
Rodriguez
they
is a
look
guy
for
that would at
how to
least
get down to
make
business, and
the
they understand
Orioles
what the job is at hand.
think.
And down on strikes he goes. And 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. 2 outs, base is empty. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Foul ball there. righty to the plate. And a foul ball.
So you're playing like Frog, swinging at everything.
Right-hander kick steals.
Well, no, because Frog always tells me you can't get a hit if you don't swing the bat.
New inning getting started. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
The right fielder, Tyler.
I remember I played him a couple times, and I guess MLB The Show 22, and he'd get mad at me because I'd pretty much throw every pitch out of the strike zone. He'd get mad at me, and I'd be like, "You have to give me reason to put a ball in the strike zone. If you're gonna swing at everything I throw to you." Nice play, Julio. Did you see that play?
And wow, what a great diving catch, Siggy. Second best says that was a near perfect route, and it had to be.
But that's just a big part of his game. I mean, this guy's
Nice
instincts
play.
just seem to always put him in a position to make special plays. And right there, he's done it again.
And now Masataka Yoshida. And that one hops the wall. He's in at second with a one-out double. Oh, he can't hang on to the throw.
Got a good pitch to drive.
Oh, I can see this. I'm so used to the Orioles having such a great defense. This defense is going to drive me crazy.
That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Stepping in, Connor Wong. Polanco tosses to first. And there's two down. Now it's the second baseman.
The second baseman, Emmanuel Valdez.
And that's outside. And that's ball one. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. 2 outs.
No, inside.
That one misses. And
Well, that's what the real life White Sox are going to do.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Von Grissom.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Now the 0-1. The shortstop takes the ball.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
They got 1 and 2. And another ball.
They try to get him to go.
Come on, Julio. Or, Luis.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runners on first and third, 2 away here on opening day.
Frog Gabe is playing like you. He's swinging at everything. But then I told him you said you can't get a hit if you don't swing.
Right side, down the line, and it's foul.
He said you're not wrong.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. The pitch. And that'll load the bases.
How is that not a swing?
A lot of pitches and earned a walk.
When you go that deep into an at-bat, the hitter usually comes out.
The first baseman.
And now it's Garrett Cooper up to hit. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. The Red Sox looking to strike.
Because you said you wanted to be a bad team. So how many games you could lose, remember?
Game series. Next offer in there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So let's see. If I wanted, like, I know I chose the Mariners, but just curiosity. If I was choosing a team that has never won a World Series, I'd have the Mariners, the Rays. There's not a team in the Central that's never won a World Series. Even the Guardians have won a World Series, even though it's been 70-some years. Every team in the AL West has won a World Series. So who are there really only 3 teams? Are there really only 3 teams in baseball that have never won a World Series? The Rockies, the Rays, and the Mariners? Because the Diamondbacks have, the Dodgers obviously have, um, the Giants have.
Off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings.
There's got to be more.
20 pitches.
The Pirates have, the Orioles have, the Reds have. Help me out here, Frog.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Okay, Milt. That's right, San Diego.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Thank you. I couldn't. Well, we're going to take Seattle to a World Series.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
I like Seattle. It's also the home of one of my favorite TV shows. 2 of my favorite TV shows, actually. Frasier and Grey's Anatomy.
0-1.
Just missed.
See, I can't. I can't play with the Rays because of that stadium. I would have to. Well, Frog said I would have chosen the Rays just to see you have to play in that stadium. I'm not even using Seattle Stadium. I'm using Seattle's old stadium. I'll say this. No, this is a legendary ballpark. I'll tell you what. Before I get too deep, the only way I would agree to be Tampa is if I could use old Miami's ballpark. From when they were the Florida Marlins. Frog wants me to use Tampa. I said the only way that I would beat Tampa is if I could use the old Florida Marlins ballpark. No, because that's actually going to save Minnesota. That's a.
Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Next pitch is outside.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old,
bounced up the middle. Crawford goes to first. Run scores, and that makes it 2-0 as they get the out. Now at the plate, Tyler O'Neill.
You guys really want to see me be the Rays?
Swinging a foul straight back. And it's second. And that one fouled off.
Okay. So I'm being Seattle. Gabe is in my ear saying be Milwaukee. You're saying be Tampa. So basically nobody's happy with my choice.
That's out to center field. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. Set for the bottom of the third. And now for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. And a foul ball.
Well, now I'm doing it. And I'm losing.
But I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs. But that hasn't been the case today.
Batting ninth.
Just a blue hit behind third right there, and it's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there.
Here's Dylan Moore. And ball one. Lifted in the air, right field.
He did say he thought about doing them. Yeah, right. As much as he's complaining about the Royals, could you imagine him with the White Sox? And he did the Tigers. I keep trying to tell him 1 year I want him to choose a team that has real, actual expectations, like the Yankees or a team that is because he has said at times he believes the RNGs against the lower rated teams. So I would love to see him be a team that has expectations and see if it's still. I got to go back on I got to ask Amos, does he have a playlist? Because you all talk about the Tigers thing. Like, I got to watch this. I didn't.
Baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing.
I don't know. I didn't know Amos then, or at least if I if I if I knew him, I wasn't watching his streams back then. Let me put it that way. According to Amish, I didn't know him then, or I was just in. I don't. I met Amos during the pandemic. I don't remember his Cubs franchise.
Snags it on the run. And the inning is over. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Connor Wong.
I don't.
And there at the knees. Strike one.
I didn't really get to know. See, I met Amos through Shamrock streams on Twitch. I didn't really start talking to Amos until after Jam basically stopped streaming after he had a kid. I don't know. I got to talk to Amos and figure out. But I don't think I wasn't around for his Tigers or his Cubs.
That one lifted to left, drifts towards it.
Well, can't hear you.
And there are two down. Vaughn Grissom.
Well, type it in the comment. Don't. Because
Offering and it just misses.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a miss.
y'all gonna make me call Amos after this stream, try to figure out when did we meet, what stream, what team were you being. It'd be nice if he was in this stream so I could.
If you don't take it then, you may see zeros the rest of the ballgame.
Hard hit left side. Fires over to first. That ends the frame. Red Sox go down quietly. They're up 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. And a swing and a miss there.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Here's a 1-1. Through there for a strike.
Yeah, it was him and Amish, and then at a certain point, I even joined the podcast.
One gone here.
Just a great slider right there, and I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike.
Okay, that was something different than what him and Amish did.
And right there,
we did a
Excellent
we did a
execution on the
podcast
first
where we
at
just
bat.
talked baseball.
There's a strike.
They start they started it. It was on a
Gets
channel
a
that
base
Amish
and
ran,
stays alive.
and then I ended up joining in, and then it sort of just fell apart mainly because of their
Swing
schedules
and a miss.
more so
The
than
slider
mine.
got him for strike three.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the
Now
hitter,
batting,
blowing
the
away with some
designated hitter,
good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
I tried to tell him to be the Yankees this year, but because
We go to the top of the fifth. Now here is Garrett Cooper. The wind and the pitch.
hey,
That's ripped.
I
It's
picked this
hit.
team to make the playoffs.
So now back to the top of the order.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He really shot
center
that one
fielder
down the
comes
right
up.
Fuck the
field
wild card.
line.
I think they're gonna win the division.
Way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, the Guardians ain't gonna win no division.
Pretty
They're
impressive.
gonna fall
Haven't seen
apart.
that pitch from him much, but he's
They're
got
gonna
a
fall.
really good feel
They're
for
gonna
those
fall apart.
Next ball for
They're
him
gonna fall
stands.
apart like Brian's toy car.
missed by that much. A 1-2 count. Just trying to overthrow that pitch.
Okay, you're right. Brian's toy car is probably built to last better than
At the knees.
the Guardians.
That's a small sign of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders, have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
I need you in my stream to settle something, please. What do you mean? What happened? Why am I on pause?
Devers in the box now. No balls and a strike. Runner at second, two down. We're at the top of the fifth. Rips one to right. Haniger snags it, and that'll do it. And the Red Sox lead one, but they're on top 2-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and here's the first baseman, Ty France. On the ground, right side, and that chance handled. Whips it to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
You know, I could not figure out what the fans were chanting there. I think they're chanting
Red
JP.
Sox by 2. Last half of inning number 5.
If Amos can't come into my stream, I'm gonna settle this. Like I'm trying to figure out now
And the
because,
1 he deals.
like I said, I don't remember ever watching him play as the Tigers or the Cubs. I've heard so much about this legendary fantasy franchise he did with the Cubs, but I've never.
There's the splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of
Now
a splitter
batting,
as you'll come
left
across,
fielder,
especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just
I,
drops
I
you
I
back at
know
the
that.
last moment.
Like I said, I've
As of
heard
now, it's just so
so much about the Cubs franchise. It's not funny, and let's face it. If we still had year-to-year saves, he would still be obviously he would still be doing that Cubs franchise.
2 outs. Chases in the dirt. Slider there. Got it. Inning over on the strikeout. He continues. Top of the 6th
So,
inning. Here's the Boston
so
cleanup
Gabe,
hitter,
just
Tyler O'Neill.
so you were still in high school then when you met Amos.
Off the mark there.
Well,
That's
no,
ball 1.
4 years
O'Neill,
ago.
a former Gold Glove,
You were in your
28
were
years
you
old,
still in your
and
were you
he was a
20 or were you still in
third-round
your
pick
early
back
late
in
teens?
2013. 1-1 now. And it's fouled away.
So wait a minute, have you and Frog known each other longer than you two have known me? Or at least known of each other since obviously you were in Amos's dreams before me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure. Y'all got me so confused now.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Yoshida
You were running in the same.
stands
You were running in the same crowd, but you didn't know each other.
offering misses. And it's 2-0. Chris with that
It was like high
distribution
school.
and a speedy guy at first.
You both hung out with the jocks, but you didn't know each other.
Nothing else. I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
In the air, right field. Haniger makes the catch for the out. And there's one away.
Maybe caught that one off the
Kermit didn't know he had a cousin Gabe.
barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Now, Connor Wong. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Apparently, I guess you guys must have.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at-bat.
It's the slider in there.
And I became friends with you.
And he hits a ground ball right side to Crawford for one. Return throw to first, got him. Double play, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Mariners nothing.
I know you hate YouTube.
Up next for the Mariners.
You ever stop thinking, bro? Maybe YouTube doesn't like you.
With live on deliveries. High in the air, out to right.
Well, we know it doesn't like Gabe because it won't even let him stream.
So digging in, Julio Rodriguez.
Probably because he's not doing something right.
First pitch misses. The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million.
You don't even know 50 people.
Just 16 years old out of the Dominican
Well,
Republic.
how many people do you know?
One down, base is empty.
Do you know your family?
22 for Julio Rodriguez to win the Rookie of the Year. The Seattle Mariners were then
Well,
compensated.
wait a minute. I guess the real question is, are your family people or are they aliens?
Now back.
Part of the new CBA, enticing teams to promote their
I'm
young players. Polanco in the box.
not even
That one go for a ball.
You want to be patient here. Try
I'm not even touching that one.
to you've got a big power
For
back.
political reasons, I'm not touching that one.
With 2 outs, 1 swing, puts you right back in this ballgame. It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball.
Next thing I know, Gabe's going to be sent back over the wall, and I'm going to be like,
Commit to one
oops.
velocity and stay there.
Oh, that's right. We never finished the wall before. Never mind.
Next offering down low and in the dirt. Good eye right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Outside, and that is
We can't even.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no
I bet you.
Now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching.
I was going to say, after the day, his price may have went up.
with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the the sixth.
Hey.
Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
I'm honestly surprised Waldron's a free agent in our league. The knuckleballer
And a swing and a miss.
for San Diego.
It's the third out. Make it 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Still stepping in for Boston. Number 47.
Because if I drop somebody, Frog will just pick him up. He said if he plays in the league next year, he's just using the strategy to pick up everybody that I drop.
Skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Rodriguez heads towards it. Makes the grab. And a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Garrett Cooper up next for the Red
To be
Sox.
fair, though, I have now Frog. The other side of that is I have lots of good players on my team. I am in first place after all.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes.
Yeah, you lost it to Brian, and then Brian just has steadily lost ever since.
He's got it, and that'll end the inning. 1-2. And we're back, set for the last half of the 7th. And stepping in for the Mariners.
Why do you say that?
Mitch Haniger. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Chris Martin up and
Well,
in the pen.
to be fair,
Getting loose as well.
you know where I'm going with this. You didn't exactly check your team that much either last year. I had to. How many times did I have to remind you to drop a player because your player came off the injury? So that's
Well, these Mariners, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
but still, you weren't doing it, so you can't criticize him.
Ugly cut on the slider for strike 3. A big first out here in the 7th.
Now
Good
back,
punch
the
out.
designated
Yeah,
hitter.
it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical
Outside,
in
that's
setting
the ball.
the table when you
You
got
know,
a tight game like this. So a strike
Frog, I should have kept Brandon Wu and just instead of changing my team name to the Wise Man, change my team name to the Nature Boy and do my logo as a Ric Flair. I do the trades so that things are entertaining for me.
He'll touch them all. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
That's a great way to fire up this crowd. They're feeling it now. That was one of those
Wait a minute.
runs where you really don't
So,
know if he got enough of it off the bat.
but I'm still a good fantasy player because I make smart fantasy trades. I'm getting the sense that you're implying that I'm not a good fantasy player.
Fall off foul. On the ground to third. Zips it to first. He's out.
Well, there's a lot
I do know what I'm doing.
Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
I'm not saying that, trust me, there are some players I wish I hadn't dropped.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel.
Number 63 gets handed the rock out of the pen.
63.
On for his major league debut. So we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there's just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium. But the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
With the tying run on at first as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Outside. And that's ball 2. And that one fouled off. 2-2 now. And just misses with that one.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
And that one in the air center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning.
I think I'm going to lose.
Before they're able to draw closer with this blast. We go to the eighth. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran.
Now
Gabe Spire into the game.
And they felt 55. It was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Down the line. And that lands in no man's
Oh, they've hit it
foul ball.
to both
Good speed at the top of the order here.
the right field line and the left field line.
Stolen base, maybe get around the bases.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And pick up a run.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Center field. Rodriguez settles under it. Makes the grab, 1 down. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. Bunting for a hit. Rojas throws on to first. And the bunt attempt doesn't work out. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the eighth. That misses the zone. Now 1-2.
You leave, Frog?
And another ball.
All right. I just was surprised because I asked you a question a few minutes ago and you never answered, so I didn't know if you left.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Down in order,
I said to you because I read your previous comment. I said yes, I have made some moves that have fantasy wise that haven't worked out, but feels like I sort of took that comment to say you're telling me that I'm not a good fantasy player. I know what I'm doing. There's no exact science to it. I have made some moves. What's up?
That misses, and the count is 1-1. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Kenley Jansen, the closer, is getting loose. Wouldn't chase that time. That one finds the zone, and it's 2-2.
I'm going to lose this game, aren't I, Frog? Welcome back.
It's a strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down base running really makes this game a bit more interesting. Maybe this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Okay.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Bounce to third, and that's just foul.
Frog, I can't with you.
Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far.
Now
As he
back,
punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one. Getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Hey, Frog, do me a favor. Check your text, please.
Right through there for a strike. Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I'm serious about what I asked you to do.
Down in the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it on to first, and it's in time for the third out, so that'll end. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the ninth, so here's Boston's cleanup hitter.
Oh, here comes one.
Boston Gold gets the ball now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their
What
players a
exactly
chance
is
to get back into the game.
Okay. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
The pitch.
Well, you stopped coming in the channel.
And that's
Oh,
strike
one's
one.
the count.
Vogt, a 6'2 righty, 215 pounds. He joined the team as a free agent.
That's a
That
ball.
one misses, and now it's even.
I wanted you to be a mod. I wanted you to be my Goomba. But you're never around anymore.
Swing and a miss. And the count
1 ball,
1-2.
2 strikes.
And another ball.
See who I'm pitching with now? You're one of your favorite former Orioles.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
And here comes.
I just said this is one of your favorite former Orioles.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. And the 0-2. That one missing inside.
Because I suggested it to you. Yes, I did. Okay, you're right. I suggested to change something that meant something to you, and you're right. Well, anything was better than just the made-up number, like the auto-generated numbers you had.
As he takes a ball. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Here's the second baseman. Immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And a foul ball.
Can the Mariners come back and walk it off on opening day?
So no runs here in a base. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Kenley Jansen. A chance at his first save of the year. The pitch. And fouled off. Fought off foul. One-run game, bottom 9. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach at a hit-by pitch to lead off the inning. Now batting Mitch Haniger.
That's not exactly what they're going for when they say 1 up, 1 down.
So a change being made at first base. On the pinch run for Seattle, Ryan Bliss. Oh, and this one.
I just walked it off. Hell yeah.
So he goes the opposite way with that one, and the Mariners walk it off.
Let's go.
3-2.
I have not. Let's go.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you
Mitch
create a nice
Haniger.
pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
3-2 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Let's friggin' go.
Final line score tonight. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 5 runners on base. For the Red Sox, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 7 runners on base. Time
That's
for
how
ball
good
game.
pitching
2
keeps you into
hours
a
and
game.
49 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Let's friggin' go. See, and you all thought I was going to lose. You had no faith in me. How could you have no faith in me? Well, they can have Craig Kimbrell back. Did you like the Kingdome, or do you think I should be using T-Mobile Park? I'm just asking anybody in my chat. Mainly Frog, since he's the only one chatting in the chat. Gabe says he'd rather me use T-Mobile Park. Sure, I can. The Blue Jays didn't move in the Sky Dome until August the year it opened. All right, I'm going to end this stream. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you want to see some more Mariners franchise if this is something you'd like to see continue. But the primary focus will always remain the Orioles. Have a great rest of your night. See you all next time.